I don't know if my ISP's having trouble or not, but in order for me to finish being a computer security gray hat as opposed to black hat, I gotta be able to finish my. I'm showing you guys everything. I'm like a magician that's like, there are no smoke and mirrors, there is no spoon. So I hope I don't have any more interruptions. I know I'm at the bottom rung of society and everything, but I suppose even the rich and the powerful are affected by network outages. I don't know, man. It's so annoying. Right across the street from here, you can get fiber optic internet. But right here where I am, my telephone lines and my cable lines are so old. I guess I'm just supposed to be grateful that I have internet at all, right? Alright. Where was I? Because I got a few of these that I gotta get rid of. And I'm not trying to cover up evidence. I'm just making sure that nobody comes along and tries to fucking use what I have created, because it's in all these videos, man. Like, this is a great big lesson in computer security for the world to take notice of. Alright? This is kind of like that movie, Hackers? Johnny Lee Miller, Angelina Jolie, they got famous. At the very end of the movie, spoiler alert, when Zero Cool's mom is all like, he does things that you're never gonna understand. And it's like, yes, that's true when she says it, but it doesn't have to be true. This is not like rocket science. Like, having good passwords is just the start, though. But this is you can wrap your head around this. This is not rocket science. And even rocket science, my grandpa was a rocket scientist, apparently. James Hoffman, I guess. He was a Jimmy. That was my mom's adopted dad. He was a rocket scientist for NASA. And, like, he was also a country music star known as Buddy Landon. Bet you didn't know that, huh? But anyways, even being a rocket scientist isn't that big of a deal, I'll bet his brother Jay would tell you that if they were still alive. I guess it's more like being a brain surgeon. You know what? I've had to learn a lot about neurology and neurological conditions because of my condition, getting injured in a terrible, fatal, tragic accident. So, none of this is that difficult to understand. So this is a lesson that the world could learn from, really. If we're trying to have a more secure internet, let's have a more secure internet all the way around. Alright? I will try to continue. Hopefully my internet doesn't go out, because I'm subhuman. Yeah. They're probably doing upgrades. That's probably what they're doing, right? They just did an upgrade at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm stupid for being up this late and doing work. It's my fault. Where was I? Alright, I think we're done. I think I got rid of my little web shell. Okay, but there's a problem with the upload feature that I'm gonna have to document. There's like it's basically secure. Where is it? I think it's submission. Is that where we were just looking? Yeah. Process. Image upload process.php has an issue. Granted, it's pretty secure because it does a hard-coded file name, but it should still just be gotten rid of. Anyways, and you'll see my fucking security report as soon as I'm done getting rid of these. Okay, I'm gonna delete what I'm using right here is about to get deleted because I don't think there's anything left. If I was a more paranoid person, I would have thought, you know what, I am pretty paranoid because I grew up in an era when people like Kevin Mitnick and Kevin Poulsen suffered the ultimate consequences for doing this kind of shit. And I think we all know most hackers are just like, at least the ones that are within your own nation's borders. If they're coming from another country, They might have the worst intentions. They might. You never know. Then again, depending on how good you've been to your citizens, if they're inside your borders, they might have the worst intentions. Depends on how nice you've been to your own citizens, huh? Well, whatever. Alright. Where were we? Here, let me just do this. Politics and computers, they don't they don't mix. I'm in a different frame of mind now. Let me get back to the frame of mind I was in. Alright, this is the last one. Alright. So now when we do an ls of the current directory. Oh, no, not slash, the current directory. Okay. It's all gonna go bye-bye. Ready? Yeah. You know what? I don't feel comfortable with that. That's not definite enough. Here, let me do this instead. I don't want to accidentally wipe out their goddamn system. This command will take care of it. Flat out. Now my shit won't work. Watch, check it out. Think it's gonna work? Hey, is that cached? That has to be cached. Alright then. Oh, you know what? Because we're running as user web data, I have to use my escalated privileges. /. My SQL. Yeah, this'll work. rm -rf. There. Now, bye-bye. That is the right command, right? Now it's not gonna work. Watch, it's gonna say 404 directory not found. See? I don't lie to you guys. I hate being lied to. It's like people think they're smarter than you when they lie to you. And that's condescending. I don't like being lied to because I'm pretty sharp. So I don't like lying to people because I have respect for people. Like, even if I've been slighted, even if I have a perceived slight, I still can get over it, even if I'm butthurt. All it takes is a little bit of an apology, and you'll be back in my good graces. I'm not that hateful. At all. It's like getting along. And sometimes people are so stubborn and contrary that it's like, you're never going to get along just because of the way they are. The people that thrive on anger and the people that thrive on hate and the people that feel powerful and justified when they're putting people down like total bullies. Like, how do you ever get through with people like that? I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure you can't. You can only break through to the open-minded. The closed-minded and the shut-off are totally beyond your help. But that's not the situation today. Alright, let's deal with the other one I got. I got the vendors one, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, because they're on the same server. I know I did. You see, that VS Code was a good directory for me to hide my shit in because it was already there. So naturally, it was good. Um, yeah. Oops. Yeah, okay. I like to do this in the view source mode, because it'll like the web browser will interpret the PHP and HTML code. It's basically interpreting the HTML, not the PHP. The server interprets the PHP. So, what about it? Um, if I do view source, then I get to see the whole picture. Otherwise, it might get formatted by the browser, and then I don't get to. Just saying. It's some black hat web shell advice. To the red teamers, yeah. Okay. I don't know why my font keeps shrinking, but at one point I managed to get admin access on this Synology thing, and that's why some of these are owned by admin. And I'm trying to remember how I did it. It's been a while. I put the SUID bits on there, the super user, that S next to the W over there, and it hasn't worked right in a while. I was like, when there is no root on this particular box, and admin is as good as it gets. At some point, the admin, I think, got shut off. I don't know if it was always off. I know this because there's a var homes directory, like, or maybe it's not. Okay, hold on. Let's see. In volume 1, there's a var homes, I think. Oops. God damn it. Homes. In there is where the admin directory lives. And I was able recently to change the SSH, the SSH authority, authorized hosts. I was able to do that by using my interpreter and executing it, my reverse connect with that SUID bit, that MySQL. That's my own little trickery, because Q's and P's, I know because I'm dyslexic, Q's and P's can be like misinterpreted easily, kind of like D's and B's, lowercase. And so it just looks like MySQL, right? Even though it's MySQL. And yeah, when I executed that, I was able to change. But when I tried to SSH in with the key that I put into authorized keys, it didn't work because the account is shut down. I believe that the sysadmin and his username on the Windows network is actually the admin, and so therefore I am not admin on this. I might have some trouble removing this directory, is kind of what I'm alluding to, because if you look carefully, sometimes you're in the zone, and like in that last video, sometimes you're not. It just happens. It's kind of like being an athlete, I suppose. But look, if I try to rm-rf, the PHP myadmin that I copied from that, whatchamacallit, the slash volume 1, yeah, there's like, how a Synology works, right? Like a disk station. They have a bunch of packages. It's a very nice, it's a pretty nice network NAS. It's a pretty nice network drive. It's good to keep it updated though. More on that later here. As you can see, I tried to just delete the thing, and it's not going to delete. I already know because I regret having copied this here because I have not been able to delete it since I did. Perhaps I can get rid of the tar archive at least. Here, let's just get rid of everything. I know this isn't gonna delete my little shell because my little shell's got a dot. So oops. What did I do wrong? Huh. I don't know. That was weird. Well, here. Let's get rid of the other one that I have on here, shall we? It's time. It's time to address the vulnerabilities that got me here in the first place. I'm just cleaning up my mess is basically what we gotta do now. ALH. Um, right. Okay. Gotta get rid of those too. At least I'm consistent. If I wasn't consistent, I'd lose track of my own little tricks. You know what I mean? Alright, let's get rid of these. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I have the right permissions. Gets to be a maze after a while, depending on how deep into the system you get. Are we still streaming? Alright. I'd hate for somebody to think that I'm just covering my tracks. That's like... It's a little too late for that. Come on now. Okay, good. That worked. Where was the other one? Right here? Alright. Get rid of this. We're just about done. Those were my footholds, if you will. That's what they call it when you get a foothold. You get a way in. And then you can, like, maybe do a lateral move to execute a privilege escalation, etc., etc. You know. That's the rudimentary techniques of the art of cyber war. Getting your foothold and then leveraging it to maybe with lateral moves, or maybe by doing a direct priv-esque to admin level. Yeah. It's all good. Rudimentary. It's elementary, my dear Watson. What was that command we did a few seconds ago? This one. Now if we re-execute it, we yeah, that's okay. That's the one. Oh, there's a dot. Yeah, yeah, I see. No, I was just trying to that once again we have a scenario where we have a subdomain that is contained on a primary domain, and it is the subdomain for the vendors, for all the independent artists such as myself to upload their work and get um, reshaped into a product by the people running this outfit, like Eddie. Freaking yeah, those were the here. We're done with this web directory. Let me just see. Hold on one sec. Let me gather my thoughts here. Volume one web right. So web vCloud. I got to make sure I don't have anything on the vCloud. Or am I thinking of cloud? You know what? Let's just. I would grep the whole damn file system, but there's many gigabytes of data. So I have to be a little more careful than that. Otherwise, I could tie up all the CPU resources. Okay? Be a little more careful than that. Not trying to bring the server to its knees. That would be very amateur, in my humble opinion. Okay, we don't even have permissions to get into vCloud. So if there is anything in there, I've already lost access from deleting the stuff that I've deleted. So I'm not going to worry about it, but at least they'll know what to look for. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to be watching these videos. Like, I would. Okay. Oh, there's my no. That's, yeah, that's not cool. Not cool. Alright. It's just, oops. I'm not really worried about the no, because that's hard coded to my IP address. So, like, nobody's gonna use that. I think I'll just leave that, actually. Because that's harmless. All that's gonna do is open up a shell over here at my IP address. I'll just leave it. It's an artifact of a good time. A party that we had this one time. Um, 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 um. No, 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 no. Okay, here. The main thing that I'm worried about is the underscore PHP, the web shell thing. Because anybody could use that. If they knew to look there. Like, there's a thing that they call directory busting. Okay? And if anybody were to dir bust, like, it's not very likely. Because what a weird file name, right? I don't think I have any word lists, like security word lists that contain dot underscore dot PHP. Like, that is not an oftentimes queried file name. It's pretty secure. Most of your little script kiddies aren't going to be looking for that kind of shit. Alright. Um, this might take a minute because there are quite a few files on here. It's probably in the VS Code directory. Probably should have just looked there. But better to be safe than sorry. Speaking of, sorry if I slow down the server with this query. Hopefully it doesn't time out. It will execute and it will end eventually. Here, let's watch the video a little more while that does that, shall we? All right then. All right. Never mind. It already timed out. This is all like a nice lesson. You know, after going to DEF CON as many times as I went, I know what a good presentation looks like. I do. Granted, my microphone is kind of low. Sorry about that. I don't know why. I'm not trying to speak in a hushed tone. Yeah. Oh, look, this is where I was copying my email blast program to. Yeah. Gosh, it would be a shame to lose this. This was some pretty good work. Here, let's tar it up and download it real quick. Yeah, man. Oh, shit. Oh, it has a link to the goddamn web directory. Here, let me kill it. Alright, do over. Do over. Um... Okay, let's delete that web symbolic link before we do that, okay? Like I say, it would be a shame to lose this work. I did some good fucking work. Okay, now that that's not there, this should tar up much more quickly. A tape archive, I'm sure you're all familiar. Oh, it's probably taking a minute. See, it looks like I already made a w.tar before. Perhaps I should just do that. December 14th, that would be right now. Wait, no? Yeah? Alright, it's done. $87 megabytes. Because of that goddamn PHP myadmin directory that I can't delete. Alright, so that is the hard-coded path to where we are right now. This is, I guess, the last remnants of my web show. I think. The only one I can think of would be the vendors one. Did we take care of that one or not? Like I say, it gets to be a maze after a while. Video. Yeah. Hmm. Vendors. Yeah, we got rid of that one. I know we got rid of everything in the web directory. So, alright. I guess it's time to end this little jaunt. I'll never be able to do this again. Oh. I put so much time and work into it. At least I'll have this tar archive to remember it by. I'll have to put this on the Internet Archive thing. It's still my little fucking knickknacks. Nothing too private. I guess these guys are pretty smart because I didn't find like any bank accounts or credit card numbers during the infiltration of the whole thing. So I guess by using Shopify as like a third party transaction provider, like I guess they avoided that potential pitfall that many organizations fall victim to, and as a result, their customers fall victim to, or their clients, if you will. Well, that's good. That's a good security practice. The less that you have to handle, the better, right? You know what I mean? It kind of sucks with the financial transaction thing, because that's less of the overall pie that you will be getting. Oops, wrong server. Okay. Alright, let's say bye-bye. I hope this works. I'm gonna delete all the files in here, and then the dot files, and hopefully it works. I don't know. I should probably do this with my goddamn Metasploit, because that allows me to do with the admin privileges. But you know what? It'll all be over with as soon as the web shell's gone. So, damn it, why does it keep doing that? Is it gonna do that again? What the fuck is it doing? That's weird. Should be doing this in a proxy, a web proxy. Why is it doing that? Is it because of the HTTPS or what? Alright. Can you please let the RM work this time? Is it the asterisk? Should I do a URL encoded asterisk? That might be it. I think that might be it. It's URL encode, I guess. Percent 20. Ah, hell. What's the URL encode for an asterisk? Maybe that'll be enough. Let's find out. Yeah, that worked. Wonder what it was about the space that was making it go to Google. Alright, obviously it still works because we gotta get rid of the dot. Let's see what that RM took care of. Yeah, just about everything except for that fucking PHP directory I can't get rid of. Oh, and the uploads directory. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that no more because the upload PHP is gone. Uh, all right. PHP mine. Yeah, yeah. Oh, what the fuck? You know what? I don't care. They can delete it. Now this command shouldn't work anymore. It's gonna give me a 404, right? Yeah, that's a 404, all right. All right. That was exhausting. Seriously, and I still gotta do a goddamn analysis? That's what I'll be writing in the email to Ed here in a minute. I need a goddamn pain pill too. My fucking back hurts. Let's get back to the video. There's only like 10 minutes left of this thing. It's not anything good, but it gives me a chance to take a break. Alright. Thanks for watching here on the Zot the Avenger Rules channel and the JJ Styles Rocks channel. And we're just concluding our adventures in cybersecurity. That's weird. Isn't that weird? Seems weird. I guess it's not that weird. Our routing isn't set up right for whatever reason. But I don't give a fuck, dude. I haven't given a fuck up until this point. You know what I mean? Why would I start to give a fuck? I'm getting chicken shit, and I don't even know why. Uh, oh, don't do that. It's not cool. What do I think I'm doing? You know, end the video, man. You can tell I'm not a big fan of game over game over screens. I've never been a big fan of the game over. But you know what? I am ready. It's totally time, man. I gotta do a report, and it's gotta be a good one because it's up to me to make sure they fix their holes. You know. I'm glad I made it back in time. I had to get some more ice and get another Mountain Dew for my ZTA. I know, it's a hell of a way to live, right? I don't really get hangovers. Earlier, I was not hungover, trust me. I didn't have a headache or anything. I just was the usual rundown, takes me hours and hours to feel like I'm awake person. It's stupid. I wish I wasn't that way. In that one video where I was like, it's too early for this shit, man. It seriously was. And I'm like, my phone is fucked. That would be the last, like, 9-hour video. It was like 5 hours when I streamed it, 9 hours on the end, because I had to sleep for 5 hours. I think I fell asleep in the majority of these videos. At least I'm not losing sleep over anything. I've never been able to lose sleep. Are you kidding? I wish I could lose sleep. That would be nice, I guess. Like a sloth covered in molasses. It's probably why most organizations don't want me as a member of theirs. I look like an ass dragger, don't I? A drunken ass dragger at that. Whatever, dude. This drunken ass dragger knows a lot of shit about a lot of shit. So, whatever. Whatever your opinion is of me, the truth remains. This ass dragger knows a lot of shit about a lot of shit. That's all I ever wanted you motherfuckers to acknowledge. That I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit. I know a lot about good music. I know a lot of shit about good shit. I also know what it takes to make bad shit. I know a lot about good and bad shit. Whether I'm a drunken ass dragger or not. And I wouldn't even be that drunk if I had better pain control. Granted, it does help with the loosening of the lips. The liquid courage does help get the words flowing when I'm all quiet and introverted and shit like that. Of course, that's when I become a loudmouth, and that's usually when I get punched in the face. I'm pretty sure I'm more annoying than Johnny Rotten. One of my heroes and idols. I look up to that guy, because he knows how to piss people off, even push their buttons even better than I do. He's really good at it. I saw this one video where, like, Johnny Rotten, he was pissing off, John Lydon was pissing off Marky Ramone, you know, Mark Bell, and, like, who else was Johnny pissing off? It was like this panel of like a bunch of world famous punk rockers. It was fucking awesome. Johnny was pissing everybody off. It was so cool. And like even the YouTube commenters, the little sycophants, the little bitches, they're saying shit like Johnny Rotten looks like Grandpa Simpson, you know? Which I assume was a put down. Like he looks like some kind of a feeble old man. That's not what I thought. I thought he looked like as sharp as he ever was in his youth. That's what I thought. But apparently Johnny Rotten is so good at pissing people off. They're just ready to dismiss him and his sharp wit, his accurate analysis. You know? That guy really understands the things that he sees with his two eyes, Mr. Johnny Rotten. Anyways, enough about that. Let's try to make a report. I think I can do this. Pain pill. Fresh CTA. I could use a cigarette and a caffeine pill. Just one. Jet alert at a Walmart near you. I used to take Vibrant, but Jet Alert's actually cheaper. And just as good. Wish there was some more music in this particular stream. I know. Yeah, I usually gotta be pretty on point to, like, direct like a director and produce like a producer and to host like a hoster. A hoster with the moster. Here, maybe I can host better if I drag this window. You know what? I'm not gonna break it. It was bad enough when the internet went out and the stream cut out. Fuck it, man. You just gotta deal with the way it is. I'm not gonna touch it. It's working. I know it can be easy to fall into that mode. Like, oh, if it's broke, don't fix it. Or if it's working, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? That's what I'm trying to say. It can be easy to fall into the mode of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And to a certain extent, that is true. Because if you have something working, all you can do is break it, right? If you go and mess with it. But at the same time, in this day and age, with the rapidity, the rapidness for which the development of digital logic and code, the rapidness that it is being developed, it is necessary to reevaluate your information systems fairly regularly. I would recommend quarterly, at the very least annually. It is almost New Year's Eve, and I hope you're having a happy holidays. That is from me, JJ Styles, Zot the Avenger, here on the Zot the Avenger Rules stream on Twitch.tv and the JJ Styles Rocks channel on YouTube.com. And in order for it to be a happy holidays, you should make some good New Year's resolutions. Especially if you have loved ones that depend upon you. Okay? Just saying. Not trying to tell you how to live your life or anything. That's just a recommendation. Okay? No big deal. At any rate. Yeah, I know. I'm a time waster. Sorry. I gotta do this, or I'm not gonna be right. Alright? So just forgive my ass. If I rush, I fall to pieces because I'm not prepared. Thank you very much. I have to be prepared in order to kick ass. And sometimes it takes just a minute. Just a minute. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. You know, those... I think that... I'm not sure if it was post-traumatic stress or like... I think it was some kind of traumatization. But the bass player for Zero Tolerance Task Force that I replaced, Dennis Ryan, a.k.a. Aloysius Tampoon, fantastic bass player, by the way. Really cool dude. Always let me hang out at his house, like jam. Sometimes I'd like, if there was like food activities going on, festivities, I'd eat the food there. As a teenager, it was like a sanctuary to go to Aloysius Tampoon's house in a lot of ways. Sometimes it was a bit of a disaster, not because of him, but because he was so cool he'd let anybody stay there. Sometimes it was a bit of a disaster. At any rate, this guy, sometimes he would get very worked up and very upset. I'm thinking it's because of like trauma. Maybe he got fucked over one too many times, or just like, it's hard to say. I'm not a doctor, okay? But Fred God rest your soul, buddy. Yeah, he used to say that Dennis was like a whiny little. He'd call him a whiny little crybaby. He said Dennis is just a whiny little crybaby, and I knew it was something more than that because, like, literally, sometimes Dennis would get locked into a mode where he'd just go, just a second, 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 just a second. And I could tell he could not break out of that mode. This was not like an act or a routine. He was literally, his blood pressure was probably skyrocketing when these events would occur. I'm guessing. You know? And I just understand. I empathize with people because I'm sensitive. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've been through shit. Maybe it's just because I'm sensitive. I don't know. But I can tell he couldn't break out of that when he'd be all, just a second, just a second, just a second. I could tell he didn't need to be rushed. And I'm at that age where I can kind of relate. It's like I have to get my ducks in a row if I'm going to do a good job. If I rush, I'm not going to do a good job. And I've looked like a fool enough times. I don't really care to look like a fool once again. I gotta take my caffeine pill, and I gotta have my fucking cigarette, and I gotta take my fucking pain pill, and I gotta make sure there's no crust in my eyes, or I'm gonna be squinting at the monitor, wondering what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? You can't rush greatness. Rome wasn't built in a day. No shit, man. But he also used to say, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it. He'd get locked into that one. And then there's Mother of Christ! Mother of Christ! Mother of Christ! God damn it! Sometimes they'd like go back and forth, like it would interchange. It's probably a better word than that, but sometimes it would cycle. Sometimes it would just cycle. Other times it would interchange between the Mother of God, Mother of Christ, Mother of God, Mother of God, Mother of God. That was more common than Mother of Christ. Like he was really worked up when he got up to that one. And then there was, God damn it! God damn it! That happened fairly regularly when he became overwhelmed with the world and life itself. I think he's dead. I hope not. I hope nobody's dead. I'm pretty sure they all are, though. Every last one of them. Lothar the Third's not dead. Mark the camera guy's not dead. That's pretty cool. I'm not dead. Can't rush greatness. God damn it. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Is that good? That's pretty good, right? I don't have Google Chrome on here. I'm going to try to execute it from the drive that it's installed on. You know, my microphone, I hosed my sound setup recently. So I'm going to try to use what I have. Please bear with me. I'm not going to waste your time on purpose, I promise. Oh, good, it works. Yeah, I'm moving my fingers out of view of the camera. You know what? I hate checking my inbox. I'm just gonna do this in Notepad. Actually, I'll do this in the terminal. Oh, I'm logged in as admin. I don't need that. What's that all about? Alright, this is getting annoying already. Yeah, I know, this is ridiculous. I should just do it in Notepad, right? Well, let me start this. Man. Alright. Whatever, man. Alright. Isn't it supposed to be in this directory? What the fuck? Alright. You know what? No. Let me do this. Oh. Oops. Alright. I feel comfortable in this. I gotta be comfortable, or I do lousy work. Let's see. I want to make the font bigger. Maybe I can just do this trick and spin it. No, it's not working. Let's make the font bigger. People gotta read this. I'm making a video here. Let's go to dark mode, please. Too bright in here. It's just like makes it tougher to see what's on the screen, really, when it's too bright. It's just the way it is, man. I don't know why. It's ridiculous. All right, I could either use WordPad or Notepad. I know how to work the font in those. Or I could try to ask for help. I don't like asking for help. It's not natural. Not the way I was raised. Search for font. Style configurator. References style configurator. Is that what I'm looking for? I swear, man, it's a labyrinth. The world is a labyrinth, is it not? You ever watch that movie? Rest in peace, David Bowie. He was in that, wasn't he? He was in Rocky Horror Picture Show too. He's a pretty good actor. You know, I was noticing something recently. Um, a song I was listening to that came before Ground Control to Major Tom, like that one part. I was listening to this song that was released before Space Odyssey, and I was like, dude, this song, David Bowie must have been influenced by this song. I think I tweeted about it. It was totally like, anyway. Style configurator. I don't see style configurator. This is becoming a waste of time. Excuse me. I'm ready to work here. This is becoming a waste of time. It takes a lot of effort to get ready to work. Alright. Right idea. Might as well log in. Don't look at my password, motherfucker. So many little hurdles I gotta jump over all the time, and they're meant to be conveniences. Remember the antitrust lawsuit when Microsoft got in trouble for bundling Internet Explorer and making it the default browser? Like, seriously? All right. Thank God I don't have to do the two-factor authentication thing. All right, I got that ready. Let me get on the report. I know I could use some music, but I have to be able to think. Get distracted by the music. I know I will. Music's real great when you're gonna do work and get in the zone. But when you're writing, it's a different kind of work. You can't get your words mixed up. You know what I mean? I'm gonna spell that wrong. What else? You know what? Okay. Yes. Step one. Re-evaluate. Is that spelled right? Yeah, okay. Reevaluate your upload forms. Alright. Two. Whoops. What happened to my font? Um, oh yes. Um, hold on a sec. I'm supposed to classify what type of vulnerability, aren't I? Your upload forms for file inclusion vulnerabilities. And cross-reference installed software with common vulnerability database. CVE. You know, yeah, okay. You know what? Nobody uses that term. You know what? It's SQL used to be called SQL, like a word, but yeah, they changed it to structured query language because they realized, oh yeah, that works. But it was originally just called SQL. Anyways, um, I think that's the address. Oops. Specially crafted for this purpose. Alright, what else? Oh. So step 2, audit for SQL injection points. Information disclosure or rather exposed files and directories. Yeah, all publicly all systems meant for the public to access need to be spidered, or rather indexed, to make certain only the needed files are available, like the bare minimum. To function. The bare minimum, comma, to function. For operations. Yeah, okay. I would not have been able to achieve SQL injection perhaps if I had not had the lay of the land on the vendor's subdomain, for example. Step 3, index web pages and directories. Cut off access as needed. Okay. Alright, what can I say here? I do not intend on patronizing you with this lecture. because I know a thing or two about forgetting your password and not forgetting your password and having a complicated enough password and a not. All right. The best advice I can give is pick a long password, because each character increases. Is that the right way to spell that? Whatever, man. Increases the difficulty of cracking the hash exponentially. Alright? It's true. So a password like "now I lay me down to sleep" might be more difficult and require more CPU cycles to crack than let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, let's make it an 8 character, because once you get up to 9 characters, then you need a better computer than I got. For example. Yeah. Anyways. Oh. Also, try to incorporate a company-wide policy of changing the passwords at least once a year. You would be surprised what a pain in the ass that can be for an attacker. You know, I kind of, here, let me add this. Also, you don't have to make it mandatory, but perhaps just suggest it. Yeah. Of course, make it mandatory for your goddamn admins. The ones with privileged access. This is no insult to your admin. they have their hands totally full. I could tell. Doing operations development. What do they call the in-house daily duties? Customer relations. Like, your admin either needs an assistant or less duties. Especially to brush up their computer information systems security practices. Nah, that sounds lame. Secure. How does this sound? To brush up their modern, because they've been at this a while. Modern computer information, computer system security protocols. All right. I think that's it. Oh yeah. Uh, One last thing. Then buy new hardware or repurpose old hardware with open source solutions. That's all I got. for now. There is an archive of junk because I've done everything I can to be transparent about this. I know how traumatizing it can be to fall victim to some asshole. So you should recover from this just fine. Have your admin review this archive. What is it? It's like recovered MVD, something, something. Yeah, there it is. Oops. I always do that, clicking the wrong window. All right. That's the very, very, very important stuff. I can't think of anything else. So, um, take care. I gotta go. I gotta pee. Where did that get saved? It's okay, I'll find it. Was it here? Yeah. All right. I gotta go, you guys. Like I said, I gotta pee. And then, yeah, I'm still sad about my gecko. I'm still sad about everything. But I'm staying busy. Maybe I'll play a video game on here later, okay? I gotta go, though. Party on. Stay safe.